Hi, I'm Kyle, and this is Hi Kyle. There is this idea that the real world in which we find ourselves is, in fact, a simulation on a computer, hence simulation theory. Now, besides the fact that numbers are so damn bonkers, they literally tell us it's not only possible, but statistically probable that we are in fact, a simulation. I said that numbers are bonkers. That shit is true. Numbers are different, man. I've seen them. There's this place. It's where the numbers live. They are scary and very jagged. You don't understand. The numbers, they congregate in this really lower level form of consciousness, and they're sharp. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're giant mountains of patterns that smash into each other for fun. It's a horrible, horrible place for someone who isn't a number. And I do not recommend the visit. But with this shift in our fundamental understanding of reality, that would mean that the fabric of space around us is literal ones and zeros. If true, what the hell is a computer or a phone if we are currently in a computer? This, of course, comes with great consequence. If the rules of the world as you know it were just programming, then couldn't you hack the system and change the world into whatever you'd like, theoretically? Let's assume we are in a simulation. The first logical question is, whose simulation? But I think that's the wrong question to ask. And a better one would be why? What is the point of a simulation? What is the point, the proverbial question of life and reality? This, of course, is purpose. Now, a lot of people think that there is no point to life, or others believe that the point of life is experience. Both of these are wrong. There is a point to life, and that is patch notes. Yeah, we're all supposed to take detailed notes of our experience here so that after we die, we can commit changes. My most recent complaint has been eyelashes. I get way too many eyelashes in my eyes. Like, what is that? Can you do your job any worse? Honestly. But with reality, it must be everyone in the reality, their purpose, our purpose. And is there a way to win? And is there a way to lose? All right, I'm not supposed to. But I'm going to tell you what the point of reality is. I'm only saying this because everyone currently alive will be dead before any of this comes to fruition, so it doesn't matter. But ultimately, human life is just a test to see if we can raise our awareness to the point of ensuring our own survival as a species until our technological aptness merges with our collective consciousness via singularity in a computer where we are represented in a single form of higher consciousness, and this being will be one of many hyperdimensional beings that exist in a virtual plane that is accessible through an extremely high but specific frequency that permeates space where other alien beings reside and interact. It's very, very cool, and my advice to those future people is don't be weird and awkward. This is a place beyond time and space, and shit doesn't just blow over and everyone remembers everything forever, and you do not want the reputation of being creepy. Now, curiously about energy, it's lazy. Look at light, always taking the shortest path. Because energy must conserve, it's a rule. So I propose, if you can preserve all the information and use less energy, wouldn't that be the natural default state of things? This is why I believe our simulation is in fact a hologram, since it's mathematically possible to project a three-dimensional universe from a flat plane without losing information. This gives the illusion of space while conserving energy. And if all our information is stored on a flat plane, this would not be unlike a hard drive in a computer, thus pointing more to the fact that our universe is in fact a simulation. I would like to point out that by pure chance, the Earth is indeed flat, but not for any of the reasons that flat earthers believe, and I cannot stress this enough. They happen to be right, but should not get any of the credit, and everyone should stay far away from those people. Now, this is not the strongest case for simulation theory. The strongest case for simulation theory is look around you. Everything is physics. Everything is math. Nothing has free will. Not the planets, not the stars, not the rocks, not the insects, not the animals, nothing. Everything is programming. Every single thing in this entire realm follows its programming except for us. Only we have free will. Don't you think that's a little strange? No? No one else? Just me? You know what else is strange? Mirrors. Did you know breaking one actually does cause 7 years of bad luck? So if you're a person who objectively has had really bad luck for a while, think back. Did you intentionally break a mirror at any point? Yeah, don't fuck with mirrors. That shit is magic. Think about it. They take our entire 3D world and compress it into a 2D surface instantaneously and project it back to us with zero lag without losing any information? Do you have any idea how magic that is? We write it off as, yeah, that's light's refraction and reflection. We already figured that one out. Did you? Did you know it's possible to build a mirror bigger than the visible universe and hold that mirror up in front of the visible universe, and everything in the mirror is the real reality and everything not in that image is not real? Did you notice your thoughts are not reflected? That's because they don't matter and they're not real. Only reality is how it really is, and what it really is just light bouncing. You see, light reached into the darkness of the universe and contained within it the information needed to not only create life but evolve it to the point of being able to see itself, at least a part of itself. It's as if light's only purpose is to see its own reflection, a reflection of a vibration of an electron. You know our entire universe is an electron, right? It's all one electron, literally one. You know when you hear music from a speaker and you hear like 5 distinct sounds, but when you look at the speaker, it's just a cheap piece of plastic? How the hell does that happen? It's just vibrating at a specific frequency that represents the sound you hear. And one electron is vibrating in such a way it's creating an entire universe, visible and invisible. I mean, it's a pure form of energy. It can do whatever it wants. But anything it does is still calculable and can be stored. Now, there is one form of energy that you can't calculate, and this is where things get tricky. At the bottom of existence is a white dot and a black dot, like the yin and yang, but like hyperdimensional, and so unbelievably high dimension that it could crack your brain by even trying to fathom what it actually looks like. But that's just hype. It's actually just a white dot and a black dot. So what this represents is something and nothing. They exist together, like light and shadow. Here's the game. The white dot must move, since not moving is not an option, and it moves into the black dot, and then disappears. And then there's only darkness. And the very next thought you have is, wait, energy can't be destroyed, so it must appear somewhere. And this is incalculable. It's beyond random. It's choice. And it always appears where you least expect it, which is so crazy when you really think about it. It knows where you think it's going to be, so it always appears somewhere where you didn't think to look. That's why it needs so many higher dimensions. You may think it's popping up over here, but nah, it's under the stairs in the 17th dimension to the back left. And you're like, damn, got me again. But we'll make it simple. The white dot moves into the black dot and disappears. And the next thought hits you. But there's another thought right behind that. It must appear somewhere, but where is where? Oh my God is right, because we are in the arena of where the white and black dot exist is black. Then it hits you. We're inside the black dot. Oh yes, we are. So when the white dot disappears, it's going to tear back in to reality up here. I know. Now, there may be some clever among you that might say, well, if that's incalculable, then that would mean we're not in a simulation. And to those people, I say, you know what? You're looking too much into it. We are totally in a simulation. Anyway, so now you got this white dot that like tears into the fabric of nothing to pop into existence. That movement is what creates the vibration, a closed loop vibration that radiates out and creates everything else. All right, enough about nothing. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. If we really were in a simulation, then even the most concrete of evidence must be scrutinized. If we are at the center and all of this is for us, then there is an objective reality. The only thing we know for certain is we can think. I think. So if we can think, then why do we do the things we do? The only thing I can think of is because that's our programming. Well, I say to you, the viewer, as you go about your day, do not do what your programming wants, but do what makes you feel free and explore your own free will. As a disclaimer, I take no responsibility for the irresponsible. Well, that's it for me. I wish everyone a little more freedom from the machine. All right, goodbye. Thanks for watching. You know, There's one more thing I've been racking my head about trying to solve, and I think I solved it the other day. I was trying to combine two fundamental forces of the universe, the electromagnetic force and gravity. And here's what I came up with. Gravity is the electromagnetic force. The reason it's so weak is it's literally the low end of the spectrum, the far left side. Gravity is negative potential instead of electrical potential. You lose something with matter. You lose space. And space can't occupy the same space that was lost, so you lose what is represented by gravity. It's not a pool. It's a digging a hole on the beach and compressing sand to a ball. You had to lose something to make the ball. Sand. You lost sand. You lose something with matter. You lose the mathematical space around it. Now there's a negative. It's just numbers. Anything that produces a wave at a frequency less than what a photon travels at in a vacuum is matter. Is matter. The negative waves create the deficit in which other objects fall into via gravity. You know, if I was smarter, then I would know what the hell I was talking about. But I don't know enough to know enough. For all the young people watching, don't waste your brilliant minds on drugs. Stay in school. I'm Hi Kyle. Good night, everyone.